Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Veek Star, Veek Star. Where'd you get those Veek Stars? Veek Stars, Veek Stars. Where'd you get those eyes? Today is Wednesday, and we are going to be talking about some fun topics today. To get our conversation started off, we're going to be talking about cauliflower pizza. Cauliflower pizza. Now, I've eaten cauliflower rice. I've had cauliflower mashed potatoes, and it is a great alternative to just eating plain rice all the time. It is also a healthier alternative. It doesn't have as many carbohydrates, and it's not saturated with sugar that can kill you or give you diabetes that will make your life annoying because you're going to have to do an injection and it's a bunch of other crap. Who wants to deal with all that? No one. So let's avoid diabetes. Let's avoid all the bad things that come from carbohydrates, and let's eat a limited amount of them. There's other options for us. We can find, you know, pastas that have less carbohydrates in them, or we could just make our own pasta ourselves by getting a KitchenAid and rolling it out and making vegan pasta with vegetables. We can do it together. So let's talk about cauliflower pizza. It's a great alternative to regular pizza. I'm the first one to tell you I love pizza. Is it something I eat every day? No. Is it something I have every once in a while or on an occasion? Okay, yes, maybe. Um, it's definitely great. Um, it does taste really good. It has just this flavor and texture that's it. You can't find that in any other food unless we're talking about maybe a calzone or something like that, maybe even like a panini. Um, it goes into a brick oven or an oven, whatever. And it's dependent on how they make it. Like Frank Pepe pizza isn't going to be the same as another, like Domino's or Pizza Hut. And see, I don't think Domino's and Pizza Hut and Papa John's are comparable to like a local mom and pop shop. I don't see the comparison. There isn't one for me. But I do like Papa John's and I do like Pizza Hut. Domino's is okay. It's okay. Um, Cauliflower pizza is good. Um, Depends on what toppings you're putting on it. Granted, I don't recommend you put cauliflower on it, but if you want to, you can. I recommend you get the pre-made dough that's already made, the cauliflower pre-made dough, so you don't have to do it yourself because it's a lot of work and it takes a lot of time. Just be fully aware of that if you're trying to make it from scratch. Just buy the pre-made dough. Get it like a tomato paste or, get the stuff that makes it easier. There's like an aisle in Target that's got the sauce for pizza. You get the mozzarella. You could get the homemade mozzarella, make it yourself, or you can buy the one that's in the container already and just shove it all on there. And then get your toppings. If you're going to be using just veggies, great. If you're going to do a meat thing with a mix, then you can use pepperoni. You can use hamburger or sausage or whatever you want. And you can put it on that pizza. You can even do a barbecue pizza, put chicken on there, and use barbecue sauce. You can literally do whatever you want with a cauliflower pizza. Is cauliflower pizza good? Yes, and it's a great alternative. Is everybody going to like it? No. Some people are not into the healthy things, or they're not going to like the texture, or they're not going to like the flavor of it. Does that mean you're not going to like it? I don't know. You're going to have to try it first and see. If you want to give it a try, you can get the frozen version of it. That's not going to taste as good as your version of it, and see if you like the texture. But if you want to just give this a try and you don't care about what people are saying, I say you get the pre-made dough in the bread section. You'll see the cauliflower option. You go get the sauce and you get the toppings you want to put on it. And I say you figure out what is your best fill. Do you want peppers and onions and mushrooms and sausage and pepperoni? See, I like everything on mine. I'm more of the everything person. I want it all. Are you that person, or do you want it to be different? That's the question. And then you gotta know how long to put it in the oven. It's likely you're gonna want to put it in there for a good 7 to 8 minutes, so the crust can get nice and firm, and the cheese can be melty. Depending on what kind of oven you have, you don't want to leave it in there too long. If you're using a touchscreen toaster oven, you're gonna want to see what the timings are for pizzas, and you're gonna want to make sure you do that correctly. If you're using something else, again, you're gonna want to see the instructions for that too, and you're gonna want to time it. Then you're going to take it out. You're going to use a pizza slicer and you're going to cut it and then you're going to eat it. And I'm telling you, you're going to love it. Love it. Next part of the conversation, to rice or not to rice at all. Since we're just talking about cauliflower pizza, I feel like if you want to do rice because you're making some sort of a chicken dish or a broccoli dish or a stir fry, and you're looking for something easy, whether it's Chinese or Indian or Mexican or Indonesian or whatever meal, or you're making jerk chicken and rice and peas, which is literally rice and peas and jerk chicken. You chop up the chicken and you marinate it in like a jerk sauce, and then you mix it around with like some jerk seasonings, and then you put it over a rice. But the rice is different. If you're going to do that, right, you might need actual rice, and it might not taste good with cauliflower rice. So why don't you get the version of the rice that has less sodium and has less fat? There are versions of it. It might not taste exactly the same, but it might. Or maybe get the rice, but use a smaller amount of it. Like, there's ways for us to limit the amount of, like, carbohydrates you're consuming and the amount of fat you're consuming. But if you want that texture, if you want it to taste the way it tastes when you're at that restaurant, you might not be able to use the other version of it. But if you're concerned about your weight, if you're concerned about how many carbohydrates you're taking in, if you're concerned about diabetes, if you're concerned about how to maintain your weight or get to your goal faster, then you have to make these decisions, and you have to make these you have to eat other options outside of just rice and pasta and pizza, like, and bread. Like, it has to be a different option. So you could use cauliflower rice. You could get the one that's less sodium. You could, go online and find something that works out with your diet so you can live longer and stronger. Or you could see what the actual recipe for what you're making uses and see if there's a version that's like fat-free of it. Granted, it might not have as much flavor as the other one, but you can add that flavor in with seasonings. It doesn't have to be like as bad as you want it to. I like to do a mixture of keto and I like to do a mixture of Mediterranean, where I'm not using carbohydrates and I'm mostly eating things without that. But I do like pasta. I do like pizza. I do like paninis. So I try to also eat that too, but I try to eat like a certain amount of it so it's not overpowering for my body, for my taste buds, for all that. But I'm not saying you have to limit your rice, but know what kind of rice you're eating. So maybe do use cauliflower rice. Maybe limit the regular rice. Maybe have the fat-free or the lighter version or the lower sodium version of it and eat that instead. Next part of our conversation, the power of veggies. Literally, you can have vegetables on anything. Soup, pasta, pizza, whatever. You can literally make your own cheesy mac and cheese and put some broccoli in it and chop up some bacon. And, like, you can literally, the power of vegetables is just insane. Green beans, peas, carrots, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, You could do whatever. You can put those in the oven with the green beans. You can put the green beans and the broccoli and the carrots, and you can make your own veggie soup. You can make your own veggie, whatever you want. Literally, vegetables can go in anything. And guess what? Vegetables are good for you. So eat them and love them. You know what? Love them. And don't feel bad about it either. There you go. There you go. Vegetables on everything. Anyways, that, my friends, is the end of the pod of Veek Star. Where'd you get those Veek Stars? Veek Stars. Where'd you get those eyes? I will see you tomorrow on Thursday. Bye.